Okay, call to order. We'll start the Board of Finance meeting for January 12th, 2026. We'll appoint Beth Thompson as the secretary for the meeting. Roll call, Adam Campbell. Present. Ingrid Guernsey is present. Kevin Puckett. Present. Terry Rodenbush.
Present.
And Myra Powell. We do have a quorum. And now the Board of Finance business. I think you have to do this one, right?
Sure, absolutely. I'll take it away. The first item on the agenda is the election of president for the Board of Finance. Do we have a motion for president?
I nominate Amy.
A second.
Kevin has the motion, Myra has the second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All of those opposed, nay.
And I will say.
Motion passes, and I will turn it back over to you, Andy.
All right, thank you. Okay, now for the election of the president, do we have a motion for the vice president? Sorry.
I'll make motion, Adam.
I'll second.
Terry, Myra. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item number 3, election of the secretary. Do we have a nomination for that?
I'll nominate Terry.
Second.
Any discussion? Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Abstain.
Terry abstain. One abstention. Item number 4, Dr. Comer will read item number 2026-3.
Okay, 2026-03, resolution to transfer amounts from education fund to the operations fund. This is an annual resolution that's brought before the board, and it states, whereas the Board of School Trustees is the governing body of the Borden-Henryville School Corporation, Clark County, Indiana, and whereas HEA 1009 requires the governing body of each school corporation to establish an education fund for the payment of expenses that are allocated to student instruction and learning under Indiana Code 20-42.5, and whereas HEA 1009 requires the governing body of each school corporation to establish an operations fund for the payment of expenses that are not allocated to student instruction and learning under Indiana Code 20-42.5, and whereas HEA 1009 requires that distributions of tuition support be received in the education fund. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of School Trustees of the Borden-Henryville School Corporation authorizes the treasurer of the Borden-Henryville School Corporation to transfer the amount equal to 10% of the basic tuition support received from the state of Indiana monthly from January through December from the education fund to the operation fund for expenses that are not allocated to student instruction and learning under Indiana Code 20-42.5. This transfer shall be made on the day basic tuition support is received. This resolution was duly made, seconded, and adopted this 5th day of January 2026, if approved by the board.
All right, you've heard the resolution. We have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Kevin. We have a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5, we will reaffirm Patty Kelly, BHSC Treasurer, and Dr. Brent Comer, CFO. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Item number 6, we will review the investment policy that Dr. Comer has.
Yeah, this is a standing policy. It's in the 6,000 codes, and it's specific policy 6144, investment income. which states, the school board authorizes the chief financial officer or superintendent to make investments of available monies from the several funds of the school corporation in A, bonds, bills, or notes of the United States, obligations, the principal and interest of which are fully guaranteed by the United States, or obligations of the state. B, certificates of deposit issued by financial institutions organized and authorized to operate in the state. C, commercial paper rated prime 1 or prime 2 at the time of purchase and maturing not more than 270 days after the date of purpose. The purpose of the investments is to maximize the returns on the corporation's excess cash balances, consistent with safety of those monies and with the desired liquidity of the investments. Investments in the U.S. Treasury securities and those other securities completely guaranteed by the Treasury as to payment of principal and interest may be purchased in any dollar amount up to 100% of the available reserves. All investments must mature or be redeemable within 2 years of the date of purchase, not to exceed 2 years. The chief financial officer is authorized to contact with the depository for the operation of the cash management system under the following conditions. A, the contract is in writing. B, the contract provides for the investment of funds by the depository with the written approval of the treasurer. C, the depository keeps all records concerning investment cash management. D, the investments are made in accordance with state law with maturities not to exceed 2 years. E, the contract, which cannot exceed 2 years, is awarded using the corporation's bidding procedure. An obligation when received by the CFO shall be deposited with the bank or trust company having the deposit of the money of the particular fund from which the obligation was purchased. Money in the several funds of the corporation may be commingled for the purpose of making an investment. The board may authorize the board's investing officer to invest in certificates of deposit from depositories that have been designated by the State Board of Finance as a depository for state funds under Indiana Code 5-13-9-5, but have not been designated by the Corporation's Board of Finance established by Board Bylaw 0151.1. This authorization shall be in the form of a resolution approved by the board. Such resolution must provide that the authority to invest in these certificates of deposit granted by the resolution expires on a date that is not later than 2 years after the date of the board's vote adopting the resolution. I know that was a lot, and all of you received a copy of that as well.
Thank you. Number 7, Dr. Crummer will review the investment report for 2026. Unless you may have somebody else read it.
Oh, I'm on a roll.
Okay, all right.
This document is the investment report for Borden-Henryville School Corporation as required by Indiana Code 5-13-7-7. By code, this report is to be in writing. Everyone also received a copy of this that I'm reading as well. A total of 2 depositories were used by the Borden-Henryville School Corporation during 2025. These depositories were New Washington State Bank and German American Bank. Funds in New Washington State Bank and German American Bank are in checking accounts. As per statute, all funds are in interest-bearing accounts except for our self-insurance and pension funds. New Washington State Bank is our depository for the Borden-Henryville School Corporation extracurricular accounts. Mrs. Patricia Kelly, our corporation treasurer, oversees all corporation accounts. Throughout the course of 2025, both New Washington State Bank and German American Bank were depositories for the BHSC corporation funds. It has been the practice of Borden-Henryville School Corporation to conduct financial business with institutions of good standing in our community and surrounding communities. We appreciate the positive working relationships we have with both New Washington State Bank and German American Bank.
Unless there's anything else, I need a motion for adjournment.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Kevin, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Our turn.
Yes, to the next one.
You talked too fast.
Sorry.
If it had been slow, it would have been a real ride.
Oh, my rhythm.
We'll call the regular meeting to order. We ask that you please stand and join the Pledge of Allegiance led by Adam and the invocation by Terry.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord God, we just come again tonight and just to praise you for all the blessings you poured out in our school system and our communities, Father, our students, our staff, our parents, and the community as a whole. And we just pray that you enter this conversation, this meeting tonight with the Holy Spirit's presence and guide us in each and every conversation and decision we have tonight. It's in Christ's name I pray. Amen.
And we'll appoint Beth as our executive secretary for this meeting. Roll call, Adam,
Present.
Andy,
Present.
Kevin,
Present.
Terry.
Present.
Let the record reflect all 5 board members are present, and we do have a quorum. I was not made aware of any condolences. Okay. Recognitions. First, at Henryville High School, Natalie Humble, the director, performed with the Louisville Winds and the Midwest International Band and Orchestra Conference in Chicago. It's one of the biggest gatherings of professional musicians and music educators from all around the world. So we are very proud of Natalie. Also, a committee at the Hauser DieTech Holiday Tournament selected an all-tournament team, and there were 3 Lady Hornets that were selected to the all-tournament team. Hadley Cooper, Indy Guernsey, and Ella Logston. Congratulations to those ladies. Again, with band, we have 2 former members of the Henryville Hornets band that actually marched in the Rose Bowl parade and was down in Atlanta because they are part of the IU Marching 100 now. So we want to congratulate Kate and Allison Smith. Do we have any presentations?
I do, actually. So this is per ISBA and IAPSS both support the month of January being School Board in Indiana Appreciation Month. So special thanks to Beth. I think she sent some things out, and I have certificates for all of you that I'm sure you hang right inside the doorway of your homes that you point out. But just as a small way to say thank you for the time you sacrifice away from your families and other things to guide this school corporation is greatly, greatly appreciated. And it is, your work is noticed and appreciated. So thank you all very much for your public service to the district.
Beth, do we have anyone sign up for community input?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, appointment to board committees. We have some standing committees, and I can give you a list of these afterwards if you want. For construction, Adam and myself. Legislation, Terry. Finance, Andy and Kevin. Transportation, Andy and Kevin. Neola, Terry and myself. Insurance, Kevin and Adam. And negotiations, Terry and myself. Okay. Superintendent's report, please.
Yeah, I've got just a few things here. Just want to let the board know the community start of second semester is well underway. We've got a week under our belts, and I think everybody shook off the 2-week break and are back in full swing. I want to thank all the teachers, principals, bus drivers, everyone, cafeteria workers, everyone for coming back and doing a great job and a great start of the second semester of the 25-26 school year. Also want to congratulate Borden-Henryville Borden High School, sorry, I read too much, Mr. Hersey, earlier. That's what I'm doing now. Congratulate Borden High School student Ryan Leftwich, who received one of the Martin Luther King Jr. scholarships. I'll be receiving that Saturday morning. I think there's a couple of us going to celebrate with Ryan's family during breakfast on Saturday. So quite an honor for the school corporation. Congratulations to Ryan. Also, just want to remind the board and the public, As of now, Monday will be a no school day. It is designed though as a snow makeup day. If something were to happen between tomorrow and Friday, and we didn't have e-learning, then it would be a makeup day. But as of now, there will be no school for students or teachers on Monday. And let's all just keep our fingers crossed that we won't have no school on Monday. And that's all I had for a superintendent's report.
Okay. Continuing on, consent agenda items, please.
Yeah, as presented, I'd like to present to the board items 1 through 4C and 5 through 8 as presented. Some specific personnel. Items 4D1, I'd like to recommend Dennison Cron, 5th grade teacher at Henryville Elementary School as a temporary position. For F1, Lita Howard as HES intensive paraprofessional. For H1, Chris Smith, sub-white bus driver. For H2, Sarah Ford, sub-cafeteria. And that is the consent agenda.
Okay, you have heard the recommendation of the superintendent on consent agenda items. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Kevin, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Terry? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Moving on to board discussion action items. Item 1, approval to deem IT items obsolete.
Yeah, items, approval to deem IT items obsolete. There was a detailed list of those items included in your board packet. I believe all those were IT items that are now obsolete to the district and will stay obsolete for the district as technology moves.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Andy, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Adam? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 2, approval of BHSC administrative pay scale retroactive to the start of the 25-26 school year.
My recommendation to the board is for now to follow suit with the terms of the master contract that was bargained recently, to where administrators would receive a $3,000 increase for this school year retroactive to the beginning of this school year. That would apply to administrators that were in their current positions during the 24-25 school year. So people brand new to the position, that wouldn't apply to because they started with a salary base for the new position this year. I do think that I'm recommending just a 1 year. I know the master contract had a 2-year teacher, but I do think we need to really take a hard look at the current scale. So the recommendation to the board would be adding $3,000 to that group that I just mentioned on their current place on the scale for the 25-26 year, but they would have been with us in that same position during 24-25. And then hopefully by summertime, I would definitely say sooner the better, we take a look at that, and so that we're ready, we know what we're doing for the 26-27 year in regards to the administrative pay.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation from the superintendent. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Jerry, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Kevin? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 3, approval of the 26-27 school calendar as presented.
Just a reminder to the board, I sent the final version of that in an email today, just for general public. Very, very similar to what I think the district and the communities are accustomed to. Start date, end dates are same, just moved them according to how the calendar days fell. Breaks are the same, including fall break, Thanksgiving, Christmas, spring break are the same. Only adjustments were per BHTA's request, which I do think is warranted, of moving one of the teacher days, professional development days, from the beginning of the year and putting that as a teacher day. The first day back after Christmas break will be a teacher day only for professional development. All others stay the same, and it would have graduation on May the 23rd of 2027.
Okay, That was in our board packet for review, and you've heard the recommendation of the superintendent. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Kevin, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Andy? Discussion?
I just wanted to reiterate that does match Prosser, or does kind of mirror Prosser.
Yeah, as far as everything that I've reviewed and can see so far, Mr. Puckett, yes, it reflects on Prosser's schedule, and neighboring districts were pretty similar, and I know we try to keep as close as we can for community's sake. So we're pretty close.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 4, approval of correction to the bus contract route 401.
Yeah, this is a good problem because of some new housing, and some new students. We've had to amend a contracted route 401. It'd be a total of an additional 0.8 miles would be added to route 401.
Per day.
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry, per day. And that would be 0.8 going and 0.8 coming, so.
You've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Andy, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Kevin? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 5, please.
Approval of, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Good, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of you. Approval of payments of all claims due on or before January 19th, 2026. Asking the board's permission. Normally wouldn't have to do this, but special circumstances, the board moved the meeting, regular scheduled meeting, up a week, and it just puts us right on the timeline of getting claims paid. Those all claims paid would again be reflected then on the February packet and docket.
You've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Terry, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Kevin? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Item 6, approval of one-step increment to classified staff effective 1/11/26.
Yeah, I would just encourage the board for approval of that step. Our folks do a great job, and we're really lucky to have them. And one step effective 1/11, and the 1/11 date may seem a little odd, but that's all for getting checks out and everything. So that was a date that worked for everyone. I would also encourage the board that we really take a hard look at all of our classified folks and the current pay scales, and have something maybe to revise come summertime. I think there's some areas we need to definitely look at. We've got some shortages in some areas where I think we can maybe do a little better on the pay for some folks. But I think this would be a nice way to show we appreciate them here for this current school year. And then I would encourage the board, we take a look at that going into summer, reevaluation of the scales.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Terry, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Kevin? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Item 7, approval of cafeteria staff pay scale effective 1/11/26.
Yeah, that was given to you in the board packet. And just a reminder to the board, cafeteria pay scale comes out of a separate, unlike the other classified folks, it's paid out of the cafeteria fund. So that pay scale is reflective on the healthy balance of the cafeteria fund.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Adam, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Andy? Discussion? Hearing none, all those who approve, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion
I
passes.
do to abstain.
Okay. Item 8, approval of alternate number 1 of the board accepted field house bid packet.
Yeah, just to remind everyone, that was one that was tabled on Mr. Link's presentation at the December meeting. We did accept the bid from Cutter Construction for the field house, for lack of a better description, the field house packets at both Borden-Henryville schools. Just to remind everyone, alternate 1 was the additional gym space at the Borden Fieldhouse site. After review of finances, I think that the funds are definitely there to do that. I think also cost-effective measure, if you were ever to go back and want to add a gym later to that space, the price is going to be highly significant increase over what we can build that for now. I also think that limiting the space in that facility also definitely cuts back and limits the number of different programs that can utilize, different ECA programs that can utilize that facility as well. So I'm encouraging the board to approve alternate number 1 of the field house bid packet.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Terry, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Kevin? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 9, approval of refunding resolution of the Board of School Trustees of the Borden-Henryville School Corporation.
Yeah, every day I wake up, I think the whole district, we're one day closer to being totally done with West Clark. For no disrespect intended. But this is, just to remind the board, this resolution is asking for a refunding of a existing old debt, a West Clark debt, after not only conferring with Silver Creek Corporation's counsel, also our independent counsel from Raymond James, Mr. Magos. This is absolutely no negative effect on our district whatsoever. I also think it's a being a good neighbor thing to do. Help out some taxpayers and some community members within our community. So that's why I have on there resolution. Just remember, it does take this board and the Silver Creek board to pass both pass this resolution. I know it's going in front of the Silver Creek board, I believe, in their January regular session as well.
Do you or Carolyn have that resolution to read?
I have it.
I'll give it to Carolyn.
It would be great. Go
All
for
right.
it.
Let's do
Carolyn,
it.
if you would please.
Forgot to bring my water. Refunding resolution of the Board of School Trustees of the Borden-Henryville School Corporation. Whereas the Borden-Henryville School Corporation, together with Silver Creek School Corporation, leases certain school buildings and related property, collectively the leased premises, under a lease dated as of November 8th, 2000, the original lease, between the West Clark 2000 School Building Corporation, the Building Corporation, as lessor, and the School Corporation and SCSC as co-lessee, as amended by an amendment to lease dated as of December 1st, 2000, the First Amendment, a second amendment to the lease dated as of April 6, 2005, Second Amendment, a third amendment to lease dated as of November 20th, 2007, the Third Amendment, a fourth amendment to lease dated as of February 9th, 2009, and also dated as of May 1st, 2015, collectively the Fourth Amendment, a Fifth Amendment to lease dated as of May 1st, 2016, the Fifth Amendment, a Sixth Amendment to lease dated as of June 13th, 2019, the Sixth Amendment, and a Seventh Amendment to lease dated as of January 27th, 2021, the Seventh Amendment, and together with the original lease, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, and the Sixth Amendment, collectively the lease. And whereas, in order to refinance the construction and improvement of a portion of the leased premises, the Building Corporation on June 9th, 2016, issued its ad valorem property tax first mortgage refunding bond series 2016, the 2016 bonds, in the principal amount of $25,975,000. And whereas the 2016 bonds are currently outstanding in the principal amount of $13,330,000 and are callable on any date on or after July 15, 2026. And whereas Stifel, Nicholas and Company Incorporated has presented a refunding proposal indicating that based on current market rates, a net savings can be realized by refunding the 2016 bonds. And whereas It is in the best interest of the school corporation to authorize the officers of the school corporation to take such actions necessary, including the execution of certain documents as herein described, to facilitate the refunding of the 2016 bonds, which will result in a savings to the school corporation and SCSC. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of School Trustees of the school corporation hereby approves the issuance by the building corporation of the refunding bonds for the purpose of refunding all or a portion of the 2016 bonds. Be it further resolved that the president and secretary of the board and the superintendent and the treasurer of the school corporation are hereby authorized to perform any and all actions and to execute any and all other documents which may be necessary to accomplish the refunding, including a continuing disclosure undertaking agreement and an amendment to the lease without further action of the board. Be it further resolved, the president and secretary of the board are hereby authorized to deem the preliminary official statement to be prepared by Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated nearly final for purposes of Rule 15C2-12 of the Securities Exchange Commission, except for the omission of information permitted by paragraph B1 of the rule without further action by this board, and are hereby authorized and directed to approve such changes as are permitted by the rule and to evidence such approval by executing the final official statement.
Great job.
Great job.
And your recommendation?
Recommendation is to approve the resolution. I got mesmerized by Carolyn's reading. She did such a great job.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation, you've heard the resolution. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Kevin, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Adam? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item 10, regarding a formal complaint appeal. And Beth, there should not be a dash between the 20 and 25, please.
Okay.
So 2025-1. I know at one time it was auditorially referenced as 2026-1 inadvertently, but everything being considered collectively is 2025-1. The board's had time to review the materials in regards to the appeal. The floor is open for a motion regarding Appeal 2025-1.
I'll make a motion for the board to support the superintendent's ruling on Appeal 2025-1 and to vote to uphold his decision.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Kevin? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. As far as announcements, our next meeting will be held on February the 16th at Henryville High School. If needed, there will be an exec meeting at 5:15, and the regular meeting will begin at 6:30. If there's nothing further, the floor is open for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Kevin, is there a second?
I'll second.
Andy? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. We are